Hello, great people from different parts of the world. This is Theophilus Nkosipile, and today I'll be giving you my honest opinion on the BMW's own 320 diesel, the G20 series specifically. Front, this car has an aggressive look. It has that presence, that look at me, I'm really cool. As you can see, BMW is always nailed it when it comes to the aggressive looks. So this car is not an exception. With it being the M Sport, it has an aggressive front, like I mentioned. It has a lowered front bumper as well. Also, these black grills and black trims add on to that sporty feel. They add to that beautiful, beautiful design, right? So the headlights on this, the headlights that are fitted on this are the laser lights, which are able to light up to 500 meters, which should come in handy, especially in long distances and so on. The crease on the bonnet looks great. The sides, it looks great on the sides because it has those 19-inch alloys, the 19-inch alloys, which are also black, which adds to that 320D M Sport look. This car was made to look aggressive, to look sporty for those BMW enthusiasts and so on. So the back also looks great with those 3D headlights. The design is different on the M Sport, like I mentioned earlier, as you get that black diffuser effect and those twin exhaust pipes, which also add to that sporty feel, to that presence. And this car really, really sounds great. It is 76 millimeters longer in terms of length and 16 millimeters wider in terms of width, according to BMW, than the F30 series, the previous gen. What BMW is all about is sheer driving pleasure, and they never compromised on this machine. Body rigidity is up by 50%, which is why this car is more aerodynamic than ever before, according to BMW, and it is the most aerodynamic car in its class. So definitely, it is up there with the best. It is actually the best. It is up to 55 kilograms lighter than the previous gen F30 series. So should prove this car should prove to be better in the corners. It should prove to be better even in fuel economy. It should definitely be better than the previous gen. The practicality. Boot size is 480 liters, which is similar to the previous gen F30, and it is good enough for most people. The car is much more comfortable since it has more sound demerring materials. It is much better than the previous gen, according to BMW, and it has a longer wheelbase, which improves, which means that the comfort is much better than the previous gen. I am 1.8 meters, but when I sat at the back of the 320D in a normal person's driving position, I found that legroom was great and the headroom was awesome as well. So the noise, like I mentioned, the noise has been greatly reduced due to the sound deadening materials which have been included. Under safety, let's go to safety. This car has adaptive cruise control. The adaptive cruise control is able to keep the car in a safe distance from the one in front, ensuring that you have a safe cruise to work. It also has the autonomous emergency braking, which stops the car from crashing into things or people. It has reverse assist. With this car being longer than the previous gen, it definitely takes up a lot of space. So the park assist should come in handy when it comes to parking. This car has a lot of technology. It has a lot of technology. It has the latest iDrive system, which has Apple CarPlay, but unfortunately no Android Auto. But when I use the iDrive system, I realized that it is actually better to use than having Android Auto. So definitely the iDrive system compensates for that. So the iDrive system itself is very, very easy to use. It can be controlled using a trackpad, the swivel wheel, the shortcut buttons, the touchscreen, the gesture controls, or even the normal speech where you say, "Hey BMW," and the car will get things done. You can change the internal temperature, or you can do other things like, for example, check the nearby restaurants, for example. And then the driver instrument display is digital. It has changed from the analog to the digital display. Now the rev counter goes backwards, which is something to get used to. It's almost like the Peugeot. It is the same as the Peugeot, really. So, moving on, good people. The cabin has great build quality overall. As with all the other BMWs, BMW doesn't compromise when it comes to build quality. They try to use the best material available. So the cabin has been really thought out. It has been really thought out. It has been designed greatly. Like I mentioned, the iDrive system is very, very easy to use. Moving on, this car feels luxurious, good people. From the interior as well as the exterior, it really, really, really looks the part, and it feels really, really great. It is a great place to be in. I loved the seats. They have the under thigh support. Even in the rear, they are also so comfortable. They are really, really grabbing, especially this car being such a fast car with the acceleration. Those seats are really, really comfortable, and it is a great place to sit in. I love the fact that this car has a low driving position. So for those who like that sporty feel, this car should prove to be great. For those who like to drive fast, it should be a great car for them. Yes, I'm not able to drive, so I can't really tell you much about the driving experience, but it should be great because some say that this car, the handling in this car is brilliant, and the steering wheel is very accurate and sharp. You know where you're going. It is truly the sportiest to drive in this lineup. Shout out to the legend Jeremy Clarkson. This car has a stiff suspension. This being the 320D, it has a stiffer suspension to handle corners better. But comfort was not compromised. Went over bumps, and this car has proven to be better than the F30 series. It has proven to be much better than that. So the comfort levels are really, really great. I could sit in this car for 1,000 kilometers. So the 320D in this economy, it should definitely make sense because the fuel prices are skyrocketing. So this car just makes sense, and it is very, very quick off the line. So there's nothing to complain about. The engine. The engine is a 2-liter, 4-cylinder, 190 brake horsepower twin turbo engine that puts out 140 kilowatts of power and 400 Newton meters of torque, driven through the rear wheels only via an 8-speed gearbox. So this car is really, really, really powerful. 400 Newton meters is not something to joke about. Wow, wow, wow. BMW, you nailed it. You nailed it. I can't wait to review the next gen BMW 3 Series. Thank you so much for watching. Shout out to Squad Cars and BMW. I believe we will do great together. There's a lot that we can do together. There's a lot that we can accomplish. I thank you. One more thing I forgot to mention is the fact that the 320D engine is one of the most reliable engines that BMW has ever built, and definitely it will last over 300,000 kilometers if you take good care of it. So this engine is undeniably one of the most reliable, even in its class, definitely. I just want to thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.